Hey everyone, happy Friday. Back with another box of Star Wars Unlimited, and a new-ish recording setup. Okay, it's the same desk, obviously, but um, I am now standing instead of sitting, and I moved stuff up a little bit, so my monitor is pushed up against the wall instead of being close to the. I don't know, yeah, things moved around. That's all. I'm gonna try to move this back up here or something. Uh, yeah. So I've continued my Star Wars timeline watch through. Um, it's going well, I would say. We'll go like this and like this. This is just gonna. Yeah. So I'm on Bad Batch. So last time I watched episode 3, and then I took a little break to catch up on my YouTube backlog. Honestly, it was pretty big. Uh, wow, we got a seasoned fleet admiral, a hyperspace foil immediately. We go rare foil, hyperspace foil, or rare hyperspace. I don't know. I'll figure it out. It's so inconsistent between videos, and I apologize for or to anyone who prefers that consistency. Um, that's like the one thing I can't commit to is doing it the same way every single time, which is really funny because that should be the easiest thing. Uh, but anyway, so yes, watching Bad Batch right now. Um, it is it's directly following 3. It's technically it starts in the middle of episode 3, the movie. Um, but the same way that Clone Wars, the show, um, ends after the third movie, has time in. Wow, that is a nice card. Uh, it's a fantastic green. Um, in the same way that um, yeah, Clone Wars has sort of in the middle of like 3, 2 and 3, right? So it's between 2 and 3, and then the last season has overlap with episode 3, the movie. Um, the first season, or I guess the first episode of Bad Batch's first season, um, it starts like as Order 66 is given, um, and that is still technically in the middle of baby, a foil Hondo. Um, that is in the middle of uh 3, but I guess it's sort of in the middle of 3. I don't really know. I guess Order 66 is sort of the start of Act 3 or the end of Act 2, or however you like to look at it. But yeah, either way, um, Bad Batch is very interesting because there's a lot of overlap from Clone Wars characters. You just see a lot of people. Um, they pull a bunch of people in from all kinds of places. You have um, multiple run-ins with Saw, and he is. So I'm not my first time through. Spoilers if you have not seen it, pause now, or close your ears. I don't know, for a little bit, or just mute the video. I guess is probably the whole. Look at that. Um, yeah. So at the last episode of season 2, um, Saul gives the order to blow up, partially explode, um, the base that um, Hemlock is at with Krennic. So it's Krennic's base, but Hemlock is there, and they're trying to track Hemlock to get to Omega, who inevitably gets herself out. Uh, so sorry. um, she is already out at that point. She goes with you. uh, Hemlock Space, and uh, yeah. So when Hyperspace Han Solo, look at that, beautiful. Um, when Saw gives the order to just trigger the detonators that they had placed throughout the compound, um, that leads to the inevitable death of Tech, which is unfortunate. And like genuinely makes me sob every single time to like point of I've had to like pause the episode because this is like the start of the last episode, which is criminal. Or one of the last episodes of season two. It yeah, it like makes me just just break down. Um, like and subscribe if you cry. Uh, in general, I guess, or at this particular instance, but um, yeah, he reminds me a lot of like me being like very uh, like knowing where I am, right, in terms of like knowledge, technical know-how, etc. Um, but then also not really necessarily understanding um, like other people's experiences. We got an orbital K-wing space foil, uh, and I think the read is like obviously they're all like quote unquote defective clones, right? Um, but they're like experimented on. But it's very clear that like he is autistic. Um, like that's just what he is. And that's chill. That's me. Uh, but I see a lot of me in him, and so like when he dies, I just sort of like lose it a little bit because it's like, well, I don't want to die, and then like also I too would be attached to this person, and you're like made to be attached to him because he's part of the crew, right? Um, it's not like he's just like some dude, right? He is one of the main five, or I guess main four, and then like Echo joins, of course, so five, um, and then Crosshair leaves, so four, but then Omega joins, so five. Uh, you know, it's yeah, relatively inconsistent. But anyway, yeah, that's rough. But I like Bad Batch overall. It is very like it's obviously kid focused, right? Like literally kid focused because it's focused on Omega and her interactions with the Bad Batch. Um, or I guess like her um joining the Bad Batch, like being part of it, not necessarily like yeah. And so like for her, it's this is like her new life, right? Um, and for us, we're just seeing part of it. And ooh, look at this barrel roll, this hyperspace barrel roll, very pretty. Um, it's I don't know. There's something very like it's obviously it's meant to be familial, right? It's like they're a family, they're siblings, um, even though they're like clones. And clones are people too, and um, it's very like Bad Batch really goes heavy, like hard on the like like clones are people. Um, they have their own wants and needs, like they are individuals. It doesn't matter if they have the same DNA. Like it's the same way twins are different, right? It's just like a large, you know, family of twins. But I guess it's whatever the million multiple of that um, is what they are. But either way, they like form their miniature families, right, within the family. Uh, and I love my siblings a lot, and I feel like I have a pretty good bond with them. And like again, sort of the same thing. Like if anything were to happen to either of them, I would be very upset. And then like, of course, the same thing with my chosen family, right? Like, I have lots of loved ones who aren't biologically related to me, um, but they're still family. Uh, but yeah, back to Bad Batch. Generally speaking, uh, the like first, it's weird. The first episode doesn't have as much of the like painted art style, and I think it's just because of the like set pieces. There's like a little bit in the beginning where it's like snowy, um, but generally speaking, there's not Ahsoka. Um, just in that first like hour, right? Hour and change. there's not a ton of those like painted scenery. And it's like my initial reaction was like, I thought it was more like the painted style than this. And then like three more episodes in, I was like, oh yeah, okay, this is what I know and love from like Clone Wars and then from Bad Batch, and just like the style of it being sort of like hand painted or like meant to be looking like it's hand painted. At least like the backgrounds, right? It's like watercolor and yeah, it's very beautiful. Um, I like it a lot. It's like very visually stunning and visually appealing for me at least. I know it's not for everybody, but whatever. Uh, yeah, it's a very fascinating show. And like fairly early on, I guess it's more like I guess it's closer to season like it's in season 2 for sure. Um, when they go to Pabu, the like island where they sort of find their home eventually. Uh, it's very like it's sweet, right? Because you're the first episode you're there, like obviously if something bad happens, and like of course something bad has to happen because um, you know that's just how it is. Um, and then they like help, like they immediately jump in, right? There's like zero hesitation. They help jump in and help. They easily could have just gone on their ship and flown away, and, like escaped, but that's not them, right? Like they're helpful people, um, and like they just like jump into action, right? And of course, like Omega being out in the ocean uh, is like in trouble, and then like Hunter goes and saves her, and so it's like very like sweet because she's like, yeah, no, I trust Hunter, and it's like you just have to trust me and my trust in him. Whoa, this card is like way off to the side. I don't know. It's like visible here. Uh, this is a miscut, as it were. It's not like a total miscut, right? Because there's no um, art from the other card over here, and there's like no chop off here, and I don't see any of the like centering marks. Um, though I don't know if those exist. Like I assume, right? They have to exist, but um, that's cool. Um, yeah. So it, it's very like you know they're showing you who these people are, but they're also showing you that they have flaws, right? Because they make mistakes, they do bad things. You know, like welcome to being human. Um, but I think part of that, you know, showing that is like these people are human. Like it doesn't matter if they're, called clones. Like they're still people. Um, that doesn't make them any less. Uh, and I think that's really important as long as you like. Ooh, another miscut by the way. Not as drastic as this. Or maybe it's about the same. So I wonder if we have like a miscut box towards the bottom. Um, or like this foil sheet was miscut. I mean, because presumably they're cut the same way all cards are, in that like the hyperspace foils are cut together, and um, the like commons and commons are all cut together, and then like the foil sheets are like they have the foil um, on them, and so they just like do one sheet of foils and one sheet of hyperspace foils and hyperspace. But anyway, Um, that's like not anything anyone needs to know. Definitely got a slightly miscut foil sheet. That's really cool. So I'm looking forward to the bottom. I wonder if we get anything more severe than this little offset that we're getting here. It's like a left shifted, so like um, our cards are shifted to the left here. But no, we shall see, I guess. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, Bad Batch is like simultaneously very goofy and very intense. There's a lot of like you know dire moments, as it were. Oops. Um, and a lot of like, dang, like things are bad here. And I don't know why I put the Nabat village down here. This foil not so much offcut actually. Interesting. Maybe it's like a little up, a little up. This sheet is wonky. This foil sheet is very wonky. Um. Anyway, um, yeah, it's very like I don't know how to describe it succinctly, of course, but like welcome to anything I describe. I'm not very good at the whole brevity thing. Uh, I'm a yapper. when it comes to things I enjoy, um, like Star Wars or archaeology or history or my wife. That's a kind of lame. To be like, no, I love my wife, because like I do. But yeah. Now we're like up into the. No, the right is fine. It's just like it's to the left a little bit still. Weird cut sheet. Um, but like TCGs in general, right? So like obviously like clearly, I hope that uh, me sort of that's not where that goes. Me sort of explaining the cutting process and like the printing process. Sort of, I hope helps give me some. Oh geez, what's it called? The like this is also a hyperspace by the way, but it's super hard to tell. Um, I don't know, credit like it was, there's like a word I'm looking for that I can't think of off the top of my head. Someone probably knows what I mean, and if you do, please comment down below because I don't remember what it is. Um, yeah, and again, we're still cut a little bit to the side here. But yeah, Bad Batch. I already have one pack left, so I gotta wrap up my thoughts a little bit on Bad Batch. I guess I gotta talk about it in the next video too. But yeah, because I know um, what happens, like at the end, I keep expecting things to happen and then they don't happen yet, or they happen in an order I don't remember. Uh, and so to me, that's actually like really nice because it means like I'm not just like rewatching it for the sake of rewatching it. I'm rewatching it because um, there's information I'd like to regain. This is now like this is shifted up. God, this sheet is so odd. I hope I have like the sister box, or like sibling box or whatever. The you know the rest of the sheet basically is what I hope I have. But I don't know if these boxes came from a true case or from not. Yeah, so I have a little more than half of season 3 left. Um, and I'm looking forward to finishing it. Um, it's funny. I was like, uh, oh, um, I'm gonna watch some of the shows in between. Oh yeah, covering the wing. Um, this is not like, yeah. I don't think this is shifted. Maybe it's shifted a little bit to the right, but not like as intensely as some of the other hollows. So like if I line these up down here, which you can't see, um, yeah, it's not super shifted. In fact, the orbiting K wing is more shifted. Um, but it's hard to show on camera, especially with the quality I have. I don't know. I'll try my best to line it up here. You can sort of see that the middle red bar. You can't see it all. It doesn't really work. Um, this like the bar down here. This red bar is like slightly shifted to the right. It's very cool. Something crazy, but it's still pretty cool. I like things like that. Um, I don't really know how to show it on these cards though. Uh, I'd have to have two things that have not the same miscut, or not the same shift. I guess I could go earlier here. Um, no, that's cut a little bit to the left as well. That is definitely okay. This is like as close as we got. Let's see if I can show you here as well. Yeah, this I think is more demonstratable, uh, or more visually approachable. Now you can definitely see that the bars here are way offset, um, and same down here. Like there's such a big gap between here and here. So cool. Um, but yes, we can run back to the hollows as well. Yeah, Bad Batch, very cool. I am looking forward to finishing it. Um, it's funny. I was like, oh, maybe I'll watch some of the shows in between 3 and 4, but it's like actually there's a ton of shows. Like there's a ton of airtime between those two, and not as many movies. There's Solo, and there's Rogue One, but then there's like Bad Batch. There's Andor. There's I think one other show in between. But these two shows are shorter, relatively speaking. Like obviously, Clone Wars is like a slog, right? Um, let's just look at our legendaries. The rest aren't super crazy. Um, it's it's like a nice. I don't say it's a nice break. It's actually kind of the opposite. It's a very emotional break from like traditional Star Wars, right? There's a lot of emotion in the Bad Batch. So our legendaries here, um, and it's very like it's hard hitting sometimes, right? There have been a lot of times watching just these 3 seasons, right, that I've just like cried and like had to pause episodes and just like things like that. So it's very intense for me, at least, like emotionally intense, and I love it honestly. Not in the same way like my wife loves being like emotionally devastated uh, after certain like after films. Like she loves that shit, and I'm not that much of a freak. She's not a freak. Um, but it's like it's not for me, right? I don't necessarily seek out to be emotionally devastated when I watch media, but I don't like hate it, right? It's not my main goal. Um, these are beautiful. Um, but yeah. So thank you everyone for sticking with me through this. It's a little rambly today. Um, just one of those days. Lots of things going on. Um, but yeah. If you wouldn't mind, please leave a like and a subscribe and a comment. And I appreciate everyone sticking around. And I will see y'all on Monday, maybe for another speedrun, maybe for some more Yu Gi Oh! We'll see. Thanks, everyone.